Hey everyone, Frank Menard here from the Menard Team Coaching, and we are powered by the Napoleon Hill Institute. Look, today's topic is applied faith. And applied faith was actually the third principle that Napoleon Hill introduced to us in the science of personal achievement. So, applied faith, activating the power within. Let's start with a simple question. What do you truly believe is possible for your life? Now, here's a tougher one. Do your daily actions reflect that belief? Napoleon Hill taught that faith is more than belief. Faith is belief in action. And that, my friends, is the essence of today's principle, applied faith. Hill defines applied faith as a state of mind through which aims, desires, plans, and purposes are translated into their physical or financial equivalent. In other words, faith only works when you do. It's not enough to believe things will work out. You must act with confidence before you have the evidence. You must move forward toward your goal, even if the path isn't clear. And you must persist when results haven't yet shown up. That's what separates applied faith from passive hope. Hope waits. Applied faith works. Hill said that faith is a state of mind that may be induced by an autosuggestion, by feeding your subconscious mind with statements of belief, confidence, and purpose. This is why he taught us to repeat our definite purpose every morning and every night, not just to memorize it, but to believe it so deeply that it directs our behavior. Let me be clear. Applied faith is not blind faith. It's not about crossing your fingers and hoping for the best. It's about taking bold, committed action because you trust the process. You trust yourself. And you trust the law that says what you put out will come back to you. And here's the kicker. Applied faith must be exercised, especially when you feel like quitting, when the doors close, when the money's tight, when no one's calling you back. That's when you plant your feet, hold your head high, and say, I'm going forward anyway. Every successful person you admire has done this. They've acted in faith long before the applause. They kept going when there was no paycheck, no praise, and no guarantee. And eventually, their faith, applied, produced results. Let me ask you, what would you change in your life if you truly applied faith every day? Would you launch that business, make that phone call, speak up, step forward, or say yes to a bold opportunity? Faith without work is dead. But applied faith, that's a force of nature. Every week when we talk about a principle, we always like to bring in a true modern day success story. And so today we're going to have a story from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, from $7 to global icon through applied faith. Before he was the highest paid actor in Hollywood, before he had his own production company, clothing line, and energy drink brand, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was a broke, injured football player with just $7 in his pocket. After being cut from the Canadian Football League in his early 20s, he was devastated. Football was his dream. He had no job, no money, and no plan B. But in that lowest moment, Johnson made a decision. He would not stay down. He would trust his instincts, lean into his passion for entertainment, and pursue a new path, professional wrestling. He had no guarantee of success, no promise of contract. He was laughed at and booed at his first matches and told he'd never make it because he didn't fit the mold. But what he had was applied faith, unshakable belief in himself, backed by action. He trained relentlessly. He improved his speaking, his storytelling, and his performance. He didn't wait for the perfect opportunity. He showed up and over again with the mindset that he would win even before he had evidence to prove it. And it worked. He became one of the most iconic figures in WWE history. But he didn't stop there. He took that same faith in motion into acting, another world where the odds were stacked against him. Again, critics said he wouldn't succeed, but he did. Why? Because faith is not just belief. It's belief expressed through persistent, courageous action. That's the principle Napoleon Hill called applied faith. Today, Johnson is a multimillionaire entrepreneur, a role model to millions, and someone who never forgets where he came from. He even named his company $7 Production as a tribute to the moment his faith was tested and proved. Big takeaway from this story: applied faith is not about waiting for certainty. It's about moving as if success is already yours. It's about taking bold action in the face of fear, failure, and unknowns. Dwayne Johnson didn't just hope it would work out, he acted in faith every day without guarantees. And that's exactly what Hill taught. Faith becomes real when you apply it, when your actions match your belief. So here's today's call to action. Today, I challenge you to stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop looking for a proof before you take action. Choose your goal, declare it out loud, write it down, and take the next bold step as if success is already on the way. Because if you act in faith, it is. Live with the conviction that what you seek is also seeking you. And remember this: when you move with faith, the world moves with you. Well, as always, we want to wrap it up with a poem. This is a Frank Menard original, and here it goes. When the path ahead is shadowed gray and doubts begin to cloud your way, don't wait for signs or perfect light. Just take one step and trust it right. For faith alone is not enough without the will to do the tough. If not a wish, it's a fleeting spark. It's steady hands that brave the dark. Believe before the proof is seen. Hold fast to purpose, sharp and keen. Speak life into your grandest plan. Then move, because you know you can. The dreamer wins who dares to go. Though storms may rise or progress slow, each act, each choice, each seed you sow is proof that faith has made it so. So rise today with heart ablaze. Let fear dissolve and purposes gaze. Applied with action, bold and true, faith becomes the path through you. Hey guys, thanks for joining me this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Applied faith is a major part of anyone's success. So believe in yourself. Believe that if you put the right things out there, they will all come back and reward you in like kind. So please share, like, subscribe. I hope to see you next week. And by the way, if the lighting is a little off, that's because I'm coming to you today from our new home in the Villages, Florida. And my office isn't set up yet, so I'm sitting at a kitchen table. I hope you don't mind the lighting being off. I hope you enjoyed the message. And as always, I encourage you to join me each and every week when I post a video of positivity to help you live your best life. Have a great one. Talk to you soon, guys.